there is the old say that ignorance of law excuses no one. It's from Latin, means no one can deny the liability for their criminal commitment by the reason that they don't know, they don't understand the law. This is true. Most of you come to Thailand, you may break the law without the knowledge that this, what you done, is against the law. And today, we will look into the law of Thailand about this principle. In section 64 of the Penal Code of Thailand, it is clearly mentioned that the person shall not be excused from the criminal liability committed by ignorance of law. It means that you cannot say that, okay, you should not be liable because you don't know the law. And how can? Can you know some law? Okay, murder. You can see that murder is obvious. Every country, you cannot come to Thailand and kill someone and saying, I don't understand the law in Thailand that you cannot murder. But I mean some law, some law, they may have different nature. Like some law, like can you know about some restriction? Can you know that the prostitution is legal or illegal? And if you have that kind of services, will you punishable or not? That is sometimes become the dilemma for many foreigners. And how about some drug like cannabis? In some country it's not illegal. And how about Thailand? And if you come to Thailand, you smoke cannabis, you take some drug, and when you are arrested, can you say that you don't know, you don't understand Thai law about this? This we are going to explain to you. As I said that, section 64 of the Penal Code of Thailand say that ignorance of law cannot be the excuses for a person to commit criminal activity. But the question is, if that person commit the activity which is not so obvious by its nature, paragraph 2 of section 64 provide that. But if the court deems that according to the condition and circumstances, the offender may not have known that the law has been prescribed that such act to be an offense, right? The evidence may be allowed by the court in order to such person to produce before the court. And if the doer, the wrongdoer, whom the court believe that does not know that the law has so provide, the court may inflict less punishment to any extent, and that prescribed by the law for such offense. Okay, I can explain to you in a layman language that sometimes when the court see the nature of that offense, that act, which cannot be known by the wrongdoer that this is a criminal offense, the court can impose the less serious punishment if that wrongdoer can prove by the evidence that he committed that offense without the knowledge of such law. What is the condition of some offense? In the West, you separate criminal offense into two kinds. The first one they call mala in se. It's a Latin word. Mala in se means it is an offense or punishable by itself. It's clear. Murder, manslaughter, thief. That's clear. But the other offense is called Mala Prohibita. It's also a Latin word. Mala means offense. Prohibita means prohibit. It means the offense that become the criminal offense because the law prohibit or the law not allow people to do that. They call Mala Prohibita. What are the acts or offense which can be considered as Mala Prohibita? Like something like a traffic law or some offense that only become punishable only in Thailand, like blasphemy or some other offenses about politics, or some offense like as I gave you the example, like prostitution. In Thailand, prostitution is illegal, but you can see the Thai justice system is very tolerant with this, And about procurement, that is different, or child molestation. Even you have the consent from a minor under 18 years old. It's really serious offense in Thailand. And in some country, even you are punished for the child molestation in Thailand, when you go back to your country, you can be punished again. That one you have to be careful that what is the law. Because Thailand seems to be very free country. You can do many things, you can drink, you can enjoy life. But sometimes you have to see the limit. And how can you know? How can you check? How can you know? That is the question for all of us. And one law that involves many foreigners in Pattaya is the violation of the land code of Thailand, saying that foreigners cannot have the ownership of land. But you can say that, is it Mala or Mala Prohibita? By itself, it's an offense. But one thing that Thai law is quite tolerant for the enforcement of this law in Pattaya. If you just make yourself low profile, not do something wrong, not money laundering, not to make a public fraud, not to spend a lot of money to make the encroachment of the national park, like what happened in some resort city. That one, I think that you can enjoy the tolerance of the law. And the other thing is about the offense, the criminal offense that many of you will not understand, will not know. You can see that when you have company, you sign many documents that are in Thai language. You say if something wrong, if something fake, false information, that document has to be submitted to the Thai authorities about the shareholder meeting, about the company minutes of meeting, something that is very serious. That one, can you raise the reason that you commit that offense with the ignorance of what you have done? That can be a good reason. But in order to avoid this, try to understand what you have to sign or the documents. You can ask people beside you, what is this or what is that, or you just send the copy to your lawyer by line or by email. Just have a look. What is this? What I sign? And that what we want to share with you today, because the power of knowledge will always set you free in this land.